Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So let me get some cards ready. I gotta hurry up. I gotta hurry up. So let's get started, okay, guys? Alrighty. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is clearing away the shadows, just really allowing some of that darkness that you're experiencing to be recognized for what it is, a process that you are in. Oftentimes, when we experience a period of darkness, dark thoughts, dark feelings, all of that jazz, what's happening is we're being gifted an opportunity to gain awareness of what it is we're still needing to work through. It's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay. So let us sorry. You guys see my face. Oh Lord. Oh happy day. Oh happy day. Oh happy day. Oh happy day. When Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, wash my attitude away. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. I saw a card that I didn't want part of this reading. My God, I'm just dropping things everywhere. Just get a couple of these, put this away. I'm just, okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Let's get started. I have enough cards. Okay. All right. So clearing away the shadows. I think for many people, myself included, we're going through a period where we're really becoming aware of the different things that we haven't processed. And it's an important thing to process. This procedure that has been initiated on your behalf, it's something that will help you to gain further clarity in regards to how important your journey is, how important you are, the effects you have on others, whether it's intentional or not, and the gravity of your existence, right? I feel like it's important to note, past several live streams, I've been in a really dark type of mood, just really annoyed at what, I don't really know, but it's important to note that these are valid points in your journey. Not everyone's going to understand it. Not everyone is going to be able to see, like, oh, okay, girlfriend's going through something, um let's just like let her go through her whatever her something is, and hold some space and just keep moving forward with it. And that's okay, because not everyone is supposed to be part of your journey. It's just, that's the reality of it, right? Not everyone is supposed to be a part of your journey. So instead of seeing the ways in which, like, oh my gosh, I need to modify myself, I need to be a different version of me, like I'm pushing people away and I'm horrible, it's cuz me, and look, now I'm seeing evidence of how horrible I am, people are seeing it, like whatever thoughts we go through, right? I take it as, okay, it is time to slow down. It is time to really take stock of what's happening inside you. Again, it's not a bad thing. It can be perceived as a bad thing, experienced as a bad thing, if that's how you perceive it to be. But at the end of the day, it's clearing away what is not aligned. It is clearing away the very things that are needing to be cleared, the things that keep inviting you to revert back to spaces that you have already outgrown. You've outgrown those spaces. And sometimes, in order for us to realize how much we have grown, we must return back to the spaces that can no longer contain us, if only to get an idea of how much we've expanded, right? So that's kind of what's happening right now. As you go through this, you're going to experience the perception that, man, it's the same thing. You're not creating new experiences for yourself. You're not moving forward. Oh my gosh, I'm moving backwards. Like these things that go through our head, right? These are assumptions. And sometimes, yeah, maybe you are backsliding a little bit. But is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing? Is that like evidence of your failure somehow? I don't think so. Why don't I think so? Is it just me being nice? I tell you, I'm not a nice person. I am kind. My kindness comes from a genuine space, meaning in my kindness, I will tell you the raw truth. If that's what you need to hear right now, that's what you're going to get from me. I'm not going to say things just to be nice, just to soothe some ruffled feathers, right? So, are you backsliding, or is what you are perceiving as a backslide actually you being pulled back as an arrow with that charge being loaded into the bow? And the greater the tension you feel inside yourself, the more amplified your forward trajectory will become. That's not a bad thing. It could feel bad. You can feel a lot of tension. You can feel a lot of the different things that are happening. They're very uncomfortable type things. Very uncomfortable type things. I find that the greatest amount of growth, the most elevated forms of potentiality, are often reached in that space of discomfort, right? I know for many of us, our goal is to be comfortable for once. I can't say that that's a wrong goal. In fact, I can understand why that would be your goal. But does that truly serve you in your growth? It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Last week, I shared with my coach, my sibling, who's just as blunt as I am. I shared with him some progress pics. I believe I shared it with you guys. I told you guys about it. And he's like, good job. Now you need to do cardio twice a day. And God, that irritated me because it's like, can't we just celebrate that? No, we can celebrate it and adjust our goals in order to further compound the benefit, the progress that we're making. And so the whole weekend, I felt very off inside my body. I'm not really liking how I'm feeling in my body lately, past couple days. And it's like, oh, getting down on myself, right? Really getting down on myself because, man, I put so much effort and gosh, I'm entering into another cycle of my body is in a catabolic state. It's eating itself, it's eating the muscle that I'm working so hard to pack on. And that is, let me not, let me not dive all the way into that feeling just because I don't have time to, right? And so all weekend, I've been pigging out all weekend. I mean, honestly, my pigging out is nowhere near pigging out. It's not. I just can't eat enough to actually categorically consider it pigging out. But for me, it was pigging out. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to eat whatever the hell I want, which is, I can't really eat much. I can't. I have a very small selection of what I can eat that won't cause me tremendous harm. So I was like, just eat your feelings, girl. I literally told myself, eat your feelings. This is just for a weekend. And then if you feel like doing it for the rest of the week, you just go right ahead. And as a matter of fact, you're not working out this week. Yeah. Well, I was in one of those moods, right? A lot of shadows, a lot of shadows, a lot of things rising to the surface, a lot of triggers being pulled. And those triggers are not things like, oh, people's words are bothering me. No, I'm not, I don't process life the way the normal average person processes life. When I get triggered, it goes deep. And it's not in that moment like, "Oh, someone hurt my feelings." It's, "Hey, what's this remind you of?" "Ah, god dang it, god dang it. God dang it. Fucking old shit that I haven't processed. Ah, fine, bring it to the surface. Let's take a look at what it is. Let's take a fucking look at this bitch." Yeah, no, that's how I felt. And I realized there's just quite a few different things that I haven't processed over the course of several years. And so this weekend has just been like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to let ourselves feel it. Just, ooh, ooh, you don't got time, girl. I guess I didn't feel it. I got irritated and then I fell asleep, but I guess I didn't feel it. And so now I'm feeling it. And that's okay because you feel it whenever it's appropriate, whenever you're ready to feel whatever it is you need to feel. So now it's being felt. And what's funny is I literally told myself I was going to take this entire week off of the gym, right? Because I need to take care of myself. And then I completely forgot because this morning I found myself at the gym, and after I began my workout, I was like, "Oh, fucking shit, I was supposed to take this week off. I was supposed to take it off." Was I supposed to take it off because I needed to take it off, or was that another way for me to find a reason to be irritated with myself? So I worked out to the capacity that I could, did not push myself beyond what was healthy and safe for me. And then I added the cardio like my coach told me to do. And I'm going to do cardio later this evening. Because why? Because if I'm uncomfortable with the state of my body right now, then I have to fucking do something about it. I have to exit that comfort zone of being uncomfortable and double down on what I committed myself to do. It's not a form of punishment. It's tangible proof of me digging deeper to find more courage to face what needs to be faced. I'm not at war with myself. I'm in the process of building, not building more fortifications, building what I deserve to exist in. And that could be you building your life business wise. That could be you building your life socially, creating friendships and connections that are healthy for you. That could be building your physical body. And now I'm seeing I'm doing all of that simultaneously. Simultaneously. Today, I was at the gym and I was smiling at quite a few people. And I was like, well, look at you. You just fucking social today, aren't you? You moody ass little thing. You just social today. Who else you want to smile at? You want to go up to someone? You want to wave? What are we doing today? And I was like, no, that's too much. And I laughed. I was like, that's too much. No. I will smile as I walk past you. But no, I'm not interested in having conversations today. Still respecting the boundaries that help me feel safe in this newly expanded space, right? That's how you clear away some of the shadows. Having no fear of those shadows and simply recognizing the shadows are where the darkness and the light come to play with each other in harmony. In harmony. That when those two opposing polarities come together in this central space, one gives the other a nuanced texture, definition, meaning. Am I in balance? Because I thought I was. I'm not. I'm just in a space of recognizing more of how balanced I naturally am. I came to a realization recently that I've been existing in a space of subconscious self identification that I'm still injured. It's been a year and a half. Some injuries take a while to heal. Girlfriend, you're not injured anymore. And I was like, oh, 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 damn, I've been holding that in. I've been holding that in. And wouldn't you know, that little mini side twerk that I do when I lift the weight, that's causing an imbalance in my body. It is 1/8 of an inch imbalance. I measured everything this morning. My entire body, the left and the right, have a 1/8 inch difference. That's minimal. We can work with that. It's not a horrible thing. We can work through that. And as I recognized, I've been identifying subconsciously as still injured. Thus, my body, my mechanics is set to protect itself, to hold that space that I identify still as injured. For some reason, that released. I wasn't doing that little side twerk thing that I do when I lift a weight. I found myself steadfast, centered, my core braced. And I would say, yeah, I'm still kind of moody. Yeah, I am still kind of moody, but I'm also perfectly positioned to begin considering letting go. What do you mean letting go? Well, if I'm an arrow, I mean, how am I supposed to be launched forward? I won't be until I let go. So I'm letting go. How do I know this? Well, before I got home, I stopped at the natural food store and I went ahead and I picked up some supplements that I know will help you to retain muscle and accelerate fat loss. Because if I'm going to let go and do exactly what my coach tells me to do, I'm going to ensure I hold on to the things I work so hard to build. And I'm going to let go of the insulation that I keep on me. Did you know? For many people, not all, but for many people, part of the reason why it's such a struggle to lose the weight, to lose the fluff, right? It's not a bad thing, but it's usually indicative of you insulating yourself because you feel unsafe in your life and your environment. I'm safe. Yes, I'm safe. Mm. When was the last time you were able to say that and actually know, feel within yourself that that's your reality, right? The way you feel is what you will manifest. The way you feel is what you will manifest in your life. You feel empowered, you feel strong, you'll manifest that in your physical body, in your connections, in your opportunities, and the way you move through your life. You'll get that. You'll manifest it. You feel weak, disempowered, insignificant. You will manifest that. You will draw to you the connections, the people. You will co create the circumstance that will validate that fear. I'm safe. I can handle every aspect of my life. I have been my entire life. I have been. I'm safe. And then you have to dedicate yourself to the realizations that you're coming to right now. Hearing me talk about my journey, I know for many of you who are ready to step forward, many of you who are right there in time with me, forging that path, cutting down the overgrowth, removing the blockages, doing all the heavy lifting that needs to be done in order for your path to be cleared. Double down. Double down on what you have decided to do for yourself. Really, truly commit to whatever decision you've made, whatever it is that you want to achieve. Double down. Now is not the time to walk away from it. You might need to put the load down for a few minutes, catch your breath, get to a space of recognizing the gravity of what you're doing, and then pick it back up and keep going. Pick it back up and keep going. This is a process that you have not initiated. It's been initiated on your behalf. It's been initiated on your behalf. You know? Awakening these realizations. These realizations are intense. Woo! I just got a notification. Prioritize your health, giving convenient a whole new meaning. Peace of mind on your time. Peace of mind on your time. So there's a question in the comments. Is what I described earlier thinking in victim mentality? Well, it depends. It depends. I know for my circumstance, I've never allowed myself to perceive myself as a victim. And maybe I went too far in that direction. And I never actually allowed myself to validate the ways in which I was forced to feel because of someone else's malignancy. You need to be in that happy medium, that centered space where you can identify when someone tries to victimize you, acknowledge that, while also maintaining you refuse to be victimized and therefore you will not stay there. But pretending like things did not affect you when you know in your heart they did, that's not going to help you either. I think that's a lot of what my personal process is. And I wouldn't be surprised if quite a few of you in our community have that same type of response and reaction to things that have happened to you, ignoring it, passing it off as like, it's no big deal. It was a big deal. If it was a big deal, allow yourself. It was a big deal, but it's done now. It's done. It's done. I got through it. I used a coping mechanism to get me through it, to survive that. And now if I want to enter into a space of thriving, I need to acknowledge what was done, the way it affected me, and the way I still rose, regardless of their intentions. That's powerful. That is powerful. You don't know how powerful you are until you get very honest with yourself about how hard some people tried to destroy you. They tried. And for some of you, they even brought other people into it. And maybe they slowed you down just a little bit. And maybe the way they slowed you down really was that you had to pause in order to reassess exactly what you're allowing. It's not about blame. It's about recognizing the ways in which you did not fully claim your power. And once you can see that, I hope that you never allow it again, that you never allow that again. And maybe if you do at some point, it has more to do with you needing a reminder of just how powerful you are and how many processes you've already been in, the ways in which slowdowns are just that, a slowdown, not a stoppage, not a blockage, not the end to your effort. You're not imagining the process that you're in. You're not. You're not. For many of us, we're realizing things that we did not have the maturity to realize as it was happening or shortly thereafter. We're realizing it now because guess what? You have grown. After everything you've been through, you've grown. And in that growth, you're more able to understand the gravity of what you lived through and overcame. Clearing away the shadows has nothing to do with being afraid, becoming frantic in your attempt to avoid being touched by the shadows. Whenever I'm surrounded by shadow, I usually feel my light dimmed shortly before the shadow surrounds me. And it's a really beautiful thing, not just because I choose to see it as something beautiful, but because there's actual beauty in it. How could that be beautiful? Well, when my light is dimmed down and I don't feel like myself so much, I don't feel powerful. I don't feel the gravity of my words. When that shadow surrounds me, even a dying ember appears very bright, very, very bright. The darker that shadow is, the brighter even my dimmed light seems, right? I see that as a gift. I see that as a gift. Because as I'm surrounded by shadow and it's getting darker and darker and darker, I recognize I'm in a dim state. And honestly, I love dry camping. I do. I love primitive dry camping. How do you revive a dying ember? Just put a little bit of fuel and exhale. You'll see that ember consume the fuel and burst back into life. And you just keep giving it a little more fuel and a little more fuel. You don't even need a lot of fuel. As a matter of fact, a few shavings of dried wood, tinder even, dried leaves, that is more than enough. Because when you put too much fuel, it will choke out that ember. So when you feel like, gosh, Emmy, that sounds so easy, but it's so hard because I don't have much fuel left. That's perfect. That's perfect. You're not trying to choke yourself out. You're just trying to give yourself enough so that when you exhale, what little you had left will catch on holy fire. And that little burst of light will help you to see that in your immediate environment, there is more fuel and more fuel. And every little bit you give that little fire that you just started with your exhale, simply releasing the breath you've held, the tension you've had inside you. The fire grows larger, and as it grows larger, so does the light. And as the light becomes brighter, you're able to see you have an entire stockpile of fuel within arm's reach. You just weren't aware because the darkness, it obscured it. Just because something is obscured does not mean it ceases to exist. It is still there. Just because you are unaware of the stockpile of fuel and potential that your soul has set aside for you. does not mean it does not exist. It is still there. It is still there. And all you have to do is awaken to the reality that everything you need has been accounted for by soul. It has been provided for, and you simply need to exhale. You simply need to let go so that you can get your fire started once again. Nothing will come of this situation. Whatever it is that you're afraid of, whatever failure you think you're approaching, whatever ways in which you think you are disappointing yourself, nothing's going to come of that. You're going to come to a point where you're like, it's not that bad. Let me just keep going. Excuse me. Communication is key. Excuse me. Communication between the self and the soul is what is key. You need to allow yourself to receive all of the words that soul has been singing to your heart. How do we know? You want me to help you feel it? You take a deep breath in. Just deep breath in, very slow, very controlled. Allow your lungs to be full. And then very slow exhale out. Very, very controlled, very, very slow. And allow your lungs to completely empty. Once they're empty, inhale again the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Really let those lungs empty out. Inhale again the light of your truth. Exhale again the darkness of your doubt. Continue breathing that way. Do you feel how your body is being replenished just by your breath? Just by your breath. The chaos does not seem so chaotic. If you want to feel, if your soul has been speaking to you through your heart, go ahead, put #heart. I'll amplify it. If you want to feel it, put #heart in the comments. And that will calibrate your field to receive the energy that I'm about to flood this space with. If you don't want to feel it, don't comment anything. Then it will be clear to that energy that you don't want to feel any of this. #heart. Ready? Just allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to be present and paying attention. That's it. That's all you have to do. And for those whose higher selves have been singing the song of soul directly into your heart, you'll feel a shift in the way your heart feels. Your heart rate will increase just a little bit. And as it speeds up just a little bit, you'll feel almost like a secondary heartbeat right above your heart. They're almost aligned. They're almost perfectly synced. Just a fraction of a second off. You feel it? And then you feel your emotions rising. Why am I feeling this way? Because you're starting to realize you have not been forsaken. You have been being guided this entire time, and what you thought was some type of imaginary conversation you were having with yourself. No, you did not imagine that. It actually happened, and it wasn't with yourself. It was with your higher self. It was with an elevated portion of your soul. And now, as you're coming to a very profound realization, you're feeling the tingles at your tailbone starting to climb up your spine, tingles across your scalp, washing down your face, down your body. What is this? It's you feeling the song of your heart, being released into your field of awareness. I'm not doing any energy work on you. That's you. That is your energy. When I asked you to put hashtag heart, it was to allow sedation into your field. All I did was sedate your fear and resistance. Then you did the rest. Wrap your mind around that. You have a power that lives inside you that you never even knew was there. But again, just because you didn't know does not mean it stopped existing. Much like that dying campfire and thinking you have no fuel. Baby boo, it's right there on the outer fringes, just beyond where the light can shine. It's right there. It's right there. You are so close to tapping into an aspect of yourself that has a capacity to make all your dreams come true. What if I told you those weren't dreams? What if I told you your dreams, that's your soul reminding you of what your soul plan is, what type of life you are destined to have. It's just reminding you because you seem to be forgetting. And so it shows you during periods where you cannot resist. When is that? When you're asleep. When your fear is suspended temporarily. When your resistance is not tangible temporarily. And so your soul will show you these things to remind you, hey, little buddy, this is what we have planned for this life. Get on board so we can make it happen. I want you to have these things. I want you to live this life. I want to prepare you for a purpose that only you can fulfill. Like, wow. And I know you're going to be like, oh, but Emmy, my dreams are like ridiculous. I don't know how I could ever do that. Yeah, well, because the you that exists right now that doesn't believe that those dreams are future potentials being promised to you and reminded by soul, that part of you is not going to exist by the time you're ready to receive what is rightfully yours. That part of you that exists right now that prevents you from accepting that this is your reality, that's not going to exist much longer. It doesn't have to be destroyed. You can simply let that part of you know, hey man, you've been a soldier, you've been a trooper. Have a seat, lay down, take a nap. You've done enough. I got it from here. I got it from here. I'm not afraid anymore. Right. What do you need to release? I think you need to release the part of yourself that's afraid of how powerful you actually are, and afraid how your environment and the people who are in your life right now will react to you retrieving that power and harnessing it with intention. Remember, people who are not accustomed to witnessing strength will see you tapping into your strength and accuse you of being arrogant, accuse you of being full of yourself. I don't know about the arrogant part. And the full of yourself, I mean, who are you supposed to be full of? Other people's expectations? Other people's demands? Embrace the life you're being invited into. It's coming. It's time to release negativity, but it's in reverse. That negativity that you're experiencing, it's giving you something to push against. It's a surface that will help you with your forward trajectory. and movement by nature. Um, the byproduct of movement is friction. You're going to feel friction. There are people in your life that are not going to give you permission to become the next part of who you are becoming. Do it anyways. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself after everything you have been through to prepare you to become that person. You owe it to yourself to allow this process to naturally unfold. No rushing, no forcing, no none of that. Just allowing it to unfold. Step out of your comfort zone. Ooh. Is soul asking you to step out of your comfort zone? Because it's in reverse. Or is it more a message of shift the way you see this? You are not being asked to step out of your comfort zone. You are being asked to go through the process to become comfortable with the reality of who you actually are. I'm out of time. I have to go. I'll leave you guys with one final thought. As uncomfortable as people have been seeing you shift and change and become more of who you actually are, you have only shown them a fraction of the truth of the gravity of you. Let them stay uncomfortable. Allow them to feel whatever they are going to feel as they witness you becoming more of you, more yourself. And as you do so, know that the discomfort they feel is to prevent them from being so comfortable in their attempt to disrespect you, disregard you, treat you with less dignity than what you deserve, as dictated by God. Let them be uncomfortable. Let them be disapproving. That is their choice. As for me, as I see you expand and grow, as I see you develop the maturity to become more of who you are, I fucking celebrate that. Do it more, boo. Do it more. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's inspiring. I want to see more. I want to see more. Inspire me more. And let them be uncomfortable. I mean, if they're really that comfortable, they need to love themselves enough to turn away from you and not bother you with their internal process. Me, however, I love it. I want to see more of you. I want to hear more. I want to know about the things that are going inside you, the things that are going on that are helping you to better understand your actual nature and purpose. That's the most powerful thing about our community. A space where you can be who you are. And even more powerful than that, a space where we are all waiting to see more of whatever beauty and power you still have hiding. Not only do I want to see more of you, I need to. I need to. I need to so I can better understand my own purpose, so I can better understand how necessary me sharing my process actually is. So be yourself. Be yourself with no hesitation. Be yourself with no fear, because the people who really need you, they will not shy away from you. They will not be ashamed of you. They will not tell you that you should be ashamed of yourself. They will look at you in awe and be like, God damn, holy shit. oh my God, my life is suddenly starting to make sense. How powerful is that? Just by being you, you are pushing someone's healing forward. And this is what we do for each other. So let's keep doing it. Let us keep doing it. And let us show the world the way we are designed to heal as a community and as individuals. We have a power that we need to tap into so that we can begin shifting the trajectory of our collective consciousness. Again, I'm out of time. I gotta go. Guys, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. If you haven't heard already, thank you for the reminder, Lindsay. I have a comfort care live meditation. If you have chronic pain of some kind, this is the perfect time for you to begin addressing that. This is a live meditation. It's an hour long, and I will be leading it and doing energetic work. It's me helping you to overcome the physical pain you are feeling. I also have another date set for the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop. Quite a few people missed it. They wanted me to do another one. There it is. If you are interested in learning how to do energetic work like I do, please go ahead and check that out. And finally, if you are ready to really take that massive step forward and really step into your power, your independence, and your autonomy, soul-based business mentorship, I will help you receive the guidance from your soul so you can make powerful business moves. I'm not a business advisor. I'm something far beyond, far, far, far beyond. And if you are ready, but you can't quite understand the direction your soul wants you to go in, go check it out. Soul-based business mentorship. It's a private session and you have several options to choose from. Gotta go. Love you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. And most importantly, go catch me on TikTok. I'm Emmy Evolving across all social media. Be careful of troll accounts. I will never reach out to you. Only way to reach me is contact@emmyevolving.com. Only way to get a session is through emmyevolving.com. I will see you guys again very soon.